Hey everyone, this is Mike. Here are some tips for choosing the best entity for your business. The way I like to start is by asking the question, who are your investors going to be? If the investors and the owners are going to be a small group of individuals, then the way I see it is that there are three possibilities. The first being a partnership, the second being an S corporation, and the third being an LLC. Now, if the business requires venture capital or other types of professional investors, a C corporation may be more suitable. The reason why is that a C corporation offers the most flexibility when it comes to incentive stock option plans as well as various types of preferred securities, all of which are important in a venture-backed operation. A public offering will most likely require a C corporation. Well, you might be asking yourself why an S corporation may not be a suitable business entity for a venture capital firm. Well, very simply, venture capital firms cannot be shareholders in S corporations because they are usually partnerships, and partnerships are expressly prohibited in the S corporation. By the same token, an LLC is not a suitable entity for a venture capital firm. And the reason for that is that if you recall, one of the chief characteristics of a limited liability company is this idea of flow-through. So the potential tax liability of a flow-through entity like an LLC makes venture capitalists and their limited partners very skittish. So they tend not to invest in limited liability companies. The second main issue that needs to be explored when choosing the best entity for your business is what are the capital requirements and cash flow characteristics of the business likely to be? What I mean by that is that if the business is projected to create large losses in the early years, then there may be some benefit to passing these losses through to the investors, especially if the investors are in a position to use those losses to offset income and to reduce personal income taxes. This fact favors partnerships or limited liability companies. By the same token, if the business intends to generate substantial cash flow and return it to the investors as the primary means of creating value for them, then a flow-through entity becomes attractive. If the business will require cash investment over the long term and value will be generated through a sale or a public offering, then the C corporation becomes most attractive. At the end of the day, the right choice depends upon a number of factors. It doesn't necessarily come down to just one or two things. Some of the factors that I typically review with my clients when we are making this decision is who will own the business, who will manage it, who will reap any profit, who will bear the risk of any loss, who will pay income tax on any business profits. So it's important to understand the characteristics of each business model to know which ones are most suitable for your individual circumstances. If I can be of any help, please feel free to reach out for me anytime.